All right, so this is going to be my last video about our friend Brittany here. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you have seen me do a video in the past about the terrible job that HR did when they laid her off. And it wasn't necessarily the most advisable thing for her to put that on the internet. As it turns out, Brittany's gotten a job. And I did an update to my last video where I talk about what job she has. It's a pretty solid job. But what I want to do is a quick reaction to her video where she announces to the world this thing. Now, I've not watched this all the way. I'm going to be watching along with you, and I'll pause as we go in order to give you my 2 cents as a recruiter and seeing what we can learn from her search. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jason. I'm a recruiter. I've been a recruiter for 25 years, and this channel is dedicated to helping people find a job and do all the things they need to do, know all the things they need to know in order to find a job. Let's see what Brittany's experience can teach us.
Hey, Brittany.
Hi. Hi, TikTok. So if you remember, that was me. And I'm employed now. Crazy. Took me about 7 to 8 months to find a job. And in that time, it was just absolutely wild. I feel like.
So the 8 months, that's a huge thing for us to take from this. I noted this in the last video too, but yeah, absolutely. That's how long it takes to find a job right now. 7 to 8 months. I don't think she's abnormal. I think that that's a normal thing. And in fact, the comments that I'm getting back about how long it takes to find a job, that's it. So if you feel like it's taking you a long time and you feel like all hope is lost, then you're not alone. This is a very normal thing. I think we can take some solace from it. It's actually good news. I'm happy that she found a job, certainly, but I think it also gives everyone else a hope and a little bit of a timeline on what to expect. So that's helpful for us.
I still have not healed from all of that. It's still lingering today. I'm still getting messages today. It's just been so crazy. And I even posted some videos a few months ago before I got this new job where I was basically giving up. And that was totally the case. I completely gave up on trying to find a job. I was beyond over looking for a job. The interview processes were absolutely insane. I felt like people were wasting my time. People were just trying to talk to me, not for a job. I would do 4 or 5 rounds of interviews, do a presentation, and I wouldn't get the job because I didn't have enough experience or something. And I just kind of got to a point where I was like, no, it's not because of my experience, it's literally because they don't want to hire me because of the video that I shared. And
So that was the reaction that we watched last time. And she does look like she's just fed up. Like she's just, I mean, she looks real bad, compared to where she is now. Just not in a good place, not a happy person. Just absolutely miserable at that point.
was something that like I came to the conclusion to back in August, and I felt like I had been screwed over by so many people and opportunities just kept shutting in my face. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to look for a new job anymore. I'm going to go full force on TikTok. I'm going to try to make money in other ways, but I just didn't know what that looked like. By the grace of fucking God and the universe, I had an opportunity come my way that I'm so unbelievably thankful for. And I got questions all the time about how are you paying for all this? Oh, your parents pay for this, or you have a sugar daddy, or your boyfriend pays for everything, whatever. No, that's not the case at all. I have been completely self-sufficient on paying my rent and all my bills and everything since I've been laid off. I don't know why it's so hard to believe that people can be responsible with their money and save their money. And I did well in my previous job, so I had quite a bit of money saved up that I was going to use for a down payment on a house or getting a new car, that kind of thing. So all of those savings are completely gone now. So I was at a point where I had about $1,000 left to my name. And that was very scary. And I was going to need to start depending on my boyfriend, for example, on starting to pay some of those bills. Luckily, never had to come to that because this job came my way. And so
So that's a huge thing of note. I think for anybody that is sort of the end of their rope. She had 7 or 8 months of runway that she was able to make her money stretch for. Not everybody has that, but she seems to have done a smart thing and saved up the money that she needed along the way. That's an admirable thing. And she's made it now all the way to the flip side. And I've been laid off before and gotten to a point where I was running out of money. I've actually been laid off and I made money on it. So that was a really positive one. But then I've also been sort of at the end of my rope before. And it sounds like she got right to that very end and then finally made it out. So good idea to have some savings there.
This job is absolutely incredible. I am super excited. I still have all of these feelings about, being a part of a corporate organization. And I'm still kind of feeling like I don't want to be in this forever. Like, this isn't something I want to rely on forever. But given that, right now I'm in my late 20s and I do still have so many goals and aspirations to hit with being a salesperson and selling services or technology. Like, that is still a part of me that I haven't gotten to fulfill yet. Like, there's still so many goals I want to hit, and I'm still looking to be that top performer. Now, though, I'm just thinking maybe this isn't going to be forever. But what I am hoping is that this company that I'm at now is going to be the last company that I'm ever at in terms of being in a corporate workforce. So whether I'm here for 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, I want to be able to hit my goals. I want to kill it. I want to kick ass. And we'll see what happens from there. At some point, I don't want to rely on the corporate structure for my livelihood. And it is still a little scary to once again put my livelihood and my future in the hands of another company. That is something that is scary to me. And so I am still.
This is a super wise thing. She's fortunate she's figured this out as young as she has. It took me a lot longer to know that you have to have some other options. That having a job is not a safety net. It's your one decision by one person away from not having a job anymore. And a lot of times it's not even in your hands. Circumstances completely out of your control can affect that. Whereas if you're an entrepreneur, you control all the circumstances, so you have a better shot there. I think she's smart to do that. And what a great attitude to go in, right? She's going into this job saying, this is the last job I want to have. I'll stay there as long as they'll have me. And if you're going into a job and that's not where you are, you're not like, hey, this isn't just a do for, but I want to do this as long as they'll have me here. You're probably in the wrong spot ultimately. And you probably should look for something else. But she's in a good spot. I'm super happy to see this for her.
So trying to work on ways that I am not 100% reliant on a corporate company for my savings and my money. And, I just felt like this whole time my life has been on pause. I haven't had any income come in except for like $2,000 from TikTok total, which is nothing over the course of 8 months. That pays for like a month of rent. And so, yeah, I'm just at an interesting place in my life. So I wanted to come on here and kind of just ramble and share that. So stay tuned for some things that may be coming in the works for me. But in the meantime, what do you guys want to see from me? I am still an open book and willing to share my experience. I feel like that's all I can do is just share my experience and my thoughts on it, and continue to let people know that whatever they have been through in terms of a layoff or being let go in an unreasonable way, or it's just shocking, and whatever so many people deal with so much bullshit from the corporate world. I still want to be a resource and a source of help and camaraderie, and just letting people know that they're not alone when they experience something like that too. So now that I'm employed and starting to finally feel comfortable again, like my life isn't on pause, and I think I'll make another video about kind of that feeling and what that feels like, because it's something I wasn't expecting being unemployed. But anyway, I digress. Now that I feel comfortable kind of again in myself and I'm just kind of getting my confidence back, I definitely want to continue to share on TikTok. about what's going on in my life, and because that's something that really did kind of save me a little bit during my time of unemployment. It was having a community of people. And so I think I want to continue on with that. So please comment questions about what.
So she's trying to build her following here with this thing. I guess that makes sense. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are watching this video. There's, let's see, 2,100 likes, 204 comments on this video on TikTok. So a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people don't know how to find it. Like this, her follow-up video hasn't gone viral like the initial video, but if you did kind of check in on her, like I've done every once in a while, I'll check in on her and see if she's posted anything about her new job, then you are able to see this thing. So looks like she's going to be a TikToker at this point and do that along the way. I think she probably learned her lesson about her current employer, not fronting out her current employer or something like that. And you don't get to stay employed that way. But man, you can talk all you want. You can talk all sorts of smack about the last guy. And it's a small world, but I'm not sure I'd want to be very kind to those people anyway, given the way that she was let go. So, you know, fire away, man. Make that your gig. Commiserate with all the other people that are losing their jobs, because you know what? They need somewhere to talk. So this, maybe your channel is the way to go.
Kind of content you want to see from me, any questions that you had about me being unemployed, what, the emotions that came with it, why I chose this company that I'm now working with, like all these things. Like I'm totally here and happy to answer any of that. So yeah, let me know what questions you guys have now that I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable in my skin. And I'm just really happy to have this job. And if anyone has any questions about why I chose working for this company and this job, and or anything about my interview processes or anything that I'm doing now, day in the life of a salesperson working from home.
All right. So she's wrapping up here, but there you have it. That's Brittany Pietsch. She has found a new job. 7 or 8 months is the key. If you're feeling the way that she was describing, like, man, life's on hold until I can find this next gig. If you feel like you can't move on until you find your next job, if any of those things are happening, it sounds like that's very, very common. And it's what she was going through as well. So best of luck to you and your job search. As always, I've linked up a couple of resources that can help you, resume templates and ways to use AI in your job search, those sorts of things. So hopefully that helps you in your job search, but best of luck to you. This is my last video on Brittany. I'm not doing any more. Her story is done from my perspective. That's the part that I'm responsible for, is helping people understand the job search. So she has done it. She's landed her next gig, and I'm very happy to see that she's happy in the next thing. I wish you the very best of luck in your job search.